Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a foundation routine for glowy skin to get your skin like that nice luminous glow without looking super like pearlescent or frosted. You can do it with products that aren't super like but I'm going to show you a full foundation tutorial from primer, obviously the foundation and how I cover imperfections and all that, to how I add bronzer and blush in a way that makes your skin look more glowy and luminous. So I hope that you guys will enjoy this video. I will say I do have oily skin, so if you're kind of hesitant to try products to get this look, there are definitely ones out there and there's definitely methods of application to where it will hold up all day. Don't think that because a product is luminous or that because it doesn't have a matte finish it's not going to hold up well on oily skin, because that's just not the case. And the best part is that they're affordable. The main two products that I use that I really think are like primary and getting the look are from the drugstore, so that's great. And then the other products you can definitely, you know, like if I use a more expensive blush or bronzer or something like that, you can definitely alternate. So I hope that you guys enjoy it, and if you want to see exactly how to do it, then keep watching. Alright, so the first thing that I always do to my skin is I use the Origins Vitazine. It's sort of like, I guess some people have compared it to like a BB cream in that it has kind of a sheer tint, it moisturizes, and it has SPF. It's not called a BB cream, but nowadays they call pretty much anything a BB cream that has SPF, a tint, and moisturizes. I've got a crazy hair, but that's okay. So I use that, and then I'm not a huge primer person. Day to day, this would be enough just for my normal foundation. But if I'm really going to do a glowy look and I want my skin to look a little different, a little more glowy, then I use the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Primer. It's a light diffusing primer. When you say like glowy skin, I don't like to use foundations or powders that are very like pearlescent. So since this is a very pearlescent primer, it really does the job because you use it first and then you apply your foundation over it. You can already see like how pearlescent it is. And I always apply a primer with my fingertips just because I feel like it warms up the product and really kind of absorbs it into the skin. So you can see you have a little bit of a pearly glow, but it's not like crazy frost or anything weird. But I really like this. I like the way that it holds up on my skin. It's a good primer. Then it's funny because both of these are the L'Oreal Lumi. This is the True Match Lumi that I'm going to use as foundation. But it's just bizarre because I've had this for a very long time and I like it, but I recently purchased this not really thinking that these two go together, and I've been using this over the last several months and I really have been enjoying it. So shake it up well, I already did. I do just a couple of pumps on my hand, and I use the shade N12 Neutral. And where's my brush? Right here. I like to use the F84 for foundation by Sigma. It's my favorite. So I just kind of dip it into the foundation on my hand. I start in the middle, and then I kind of work my way out. Now the foundation says that it is a healthy, luminous makeup, and I really like it because it's not so pearlescent, but the finish, like I said, is not pearlescent, but it does look glowy. It has a nice finish to it that doesn't look super matte. But it doesn't make you look shiny either, so I really like that. And I'm very conscious of that because I have oily skin, so I'm always careful about that. Alright, now when I apply foundation, you can see I'm avoiding my eye area. It's going to make such a huge difference when I apply my under eye concealer. But I never apply foundation in my under eye area. And if you want to see a little more in depth, you know, about covering your under eye circles, then I do have a video that I will link to below. So yeah, I just literally blend the heck out of it after I apply it. Make sure that everything is blended. Whatever is left on the brush, I am a big like no-no of adding extra foundation to your neck, but whatever is left on the brush, take it down and blend downward. You definitely don't want to ever look like you have foundation on your neck, because I think that's the most noticeable makeup mistake that people make. You definitely want it to match, but you don't want it to be like obvious, which it will be. So yeah, take a brush and just kind of blend and make sure. If you've matched your shade correctly, then it shouldn't be that big of a difference. You should look pretty matched up. So what I'm going to do next before I do my under eye concealer is take care of any concealing on my face, like from breakouts or anything. So I use my MAC Studio Finish Concealer. Just kind of dab it on any areas and then kind of blend it out quickly. Let me see, anything else? Any kind of redness around your nose, I'm using a concealer that has a little more yellow in it when I conceal blemishes or any sort of redness on the face. Now for the under eye area, this probably looks very familiar because I have a very recent video where I do this. I'm not going to do the pink corrector or any sort of other corrector. When the pink corrector mixes with your flesh tone concealer, it creates sort of like a peachy, you know, that really counteracts your circle. But day to day, I normally just use the concealer only or the flesh tone concealer. I love the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. I always use my F86 pointed brush. It's from that same little collection that this one is in. So lightly blend that. It really kind of makes your face look much brighter when you take care of those under eye circles. And then I always do a little light dusting of the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Really makes such a difference when you take care of those under eye circles. And then I always do just a very light dusting of the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Just not much at all. You want to be very careful with the under eye area. Just a very tiny amount. I'm pretty much like anti-loose powder for the most part, but this stuff is really good. It doesn't reflect in photos. As long as you pretty much blend out anything, it's not going to reflect in photos. But yeah, so let's blend that out nice, but still I stay away from loose powder for the most part. I just feel like it looks, I don't know, I just don't feel like it's that flattering. But what I do to set my foundation, which you totally do not have to do with this, because the foundation itself sets really nicely, it gives you like a nice natural finish. But since I do have oilier skin, I always use my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. This is my old one. I have a new one in my purse that I should have broken out for this video. But I just dust it on right on my chin. And if you have like a large area of breakouts or anything that you've really concealed, you might want to dust it over a little. Anywhere where you typically get oily, and yeah, just a very light dusting, like I barely applied any. I usually don't apply much to my cheeks. But yeah, so very, very simple. And the genius of this powder is that it's a very, very natural finish. So you could set your whole face and still look luminous, still look natural. That's why I love this stuff. And day to day, a lot of times I really don't even use liquid foundation. I'll just use this and it's perfect. For bronzer, I like to use the F20 and the NARS Laguna. It's my favorite, just very lightly. And I kind of contour and bronze at the same time, right underneath the cheekbones, and then take whatever's left over on the cheekbone. Do the same thing on the other side. And as for like a glowy makeup look, this kind of goes hand in hand because I feel like if you've got just a little bit of dimension, it really is more flattering. A little bit right at the hairline, and then I usually skip it on my chin and nose. I just don't want it to look fake or obvious that you've used bronzer. For my cheek color, I'm going to use the NARS Multiple in Orgasm. It's like a little, you know, little stick. Warm it up on your hand a bit. Then you can actually use the color from your hand with a brush like this, which I do that a lot of the time so that you don't kind of, you know, wipe your makeup off. Or you can do what I just showed, get it on your hand, make sure that it's, you know, warmed up a little, and then it transfers to your skin so much better. You can kind of do little short strokes, or you can kind of use little dots. Blend it with your fingertips, blend it with a brush. I love blending it with like an F40 brush. Add a quick swipe of lipstick. I'm using Supreme Style from the Sheen Supreme Lipstick Collection. Yeah, I love this color. It's just perfect. Take the hair down because you don't want to go out like this. Now you'll probably notice in the tutorial that I did not add a separate highlighting product, which is usually key when most people do a glowy foundation tutorial. I really wanted the foundation and everything to be what is glowy and to show you guys that you don't have to add a bunch of extra shimmery products. Like I showed you, when you add the blush and the bronzer and all that, it kind of naturally does it for you. And if you want, like if you're going out at night and you really want to look extra dramatic, you want to add a little more shimmer to your cheekbones, then definitely go for it. I do that if I'm going out at night as well. My favorite is the Too Faced Candlelight. It looks like that. This is a more subtle product. It definitely doesn't have a whole lot of frost or sheen to it, but you could definitely add that in with a brush similar to what I used for my under eye area. This is an F35. It picks up the color really well, and you could just do it right on the tops of your cheekbones, and you can kind of see how that adds a nice little extra. But definitely not essential, so yeah, you can definitely create this glowy look without adding those extra frosted products. So yeah, that's it. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and definitely use these tips. If you don't have these exact products, you can replicate it with things that are similar. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye!